Cher's greatest sorrows in life were not only personal losses, broken marriages, or periods of stagnant careers. For someone who devoted her life to art, who experienced almost every emotion that fame brought, her greatest sorrow was probably loneliness and the feeling of being forgotten. She was once an icon, a strong, independent woman who broke all boundaries in the entertainment industry. But as time passed, as younger artists emerged, as public tastes gradually changed, she could not help but feel that she was being pushed out of the spotlight that she once considered the whole world. There was a time when she had to face the truth that no matter how talented, no matter how much dedication, everyone will eventually come to a point where they are no longer the center of the public eye. The glorious years of her youth, the packed concerts, the thunderous applause, all seemed to fade away, giving way to a terrifying silence. She was not the type of person to live on her former glory, but the cruelty of time still left her with an unfillable void. As new generations took over, as the flow of music and cinema changed, she wondered if she still had a place in this world. The feeling of being forgotten did not come immediately. When she was at the peak of her career, she had no time to think about it. She was too busy with creativity, with new projects, with challenges that kept appearing. But then, when her career hit a snag, when new songs were no longer as successful as before, when the films she participated in no longer resonated, she began to realize a harsh reality. The public always craved new things, and they could easily forget what was once a legend. Loneliness was also something she had to face throughout her life. Although she had been married twice, had famous relationships with men she loved passionately, in the end, she still found herself alone. Sonny Bono, the first man in her life, the one who created the legendary couple Sonny and Cher, was not only her husband but also her career companion. But that relationship could not last forever. After the divorce, although they continued to work together, the distance between them grew larger and larger. She loved him, believed that they could go to the end of the road together. But then, life and irreconcilable differences pushed them apart. Greg Allman, her second husband, could not bring her a lasting marriage either. He was a musical genius, a man of intense charisma, but also a man with too many problems, too many wounds that could not be healed. She tried, devoted all her love to build a family, but in the end, all her efforts were meaningless. After failed marriages, she realized that perhaps she did not belong to marriage, did not belong to a stable life like other women. But even with all the fame and money, those things could not dispel the feeling of emptiness. Her career and personal life always seemed to go hand in hand, but also always opposed to each other. When she was a great success on stage, she was lonely in her own home. When she found love, her career was in turmoil. She did not know if she could find a balance between the two, or if she would forever have to trade one thing to keep the other. Cher's career has been a long journey filled with challenges, brilliant peaks, and moments of rock bottom. She was not just a singer, not just an actress, but a cultural icon who completely changed the way the public viewed women in the entertainment industry. From her early days as a young girl singing backup for other singers, to becoming one of the most successful solo artists of all time, she experienced many hardships, many rejections, many doubts about her abilities. She started her career at the age of 16, dreaming of becoming a real singer. But the road was not smooth. No one believed that a girl with a distinctive husky voice and a different style like her could succeed. People said that her voice was too strange, not suitable for the popular music. People said that she was not beautiful enough according to the standards of a female singer at that time. But she never let those words get her down. She knew that if she did not create her own path, no one else would do it for her. When she collaborated with Sonny Bono, she finally got her chance to step into the light. The Sonny and Cher duo quickly became a phenomenon, with a series of hit songs and a famous TV show. But despite her great success, she still felt like she was living in her husband's shadow. People saw Sunny as the leader, the brain behind all the success, and she was just a beautiful woman singing beside him. That hurt her. She wanted to be recognized as a real artist, someone who could stand on her own without anyone else. That's why, when her marriage with Sunny fell apart, she was determined to start over, to prove that she was not just half of Sunny and Cher, but also an independent individual. In the years after the divorce, she had to face many difficulties. Her solo career was not always smooth. There were failed albums, criticized movies, and times when she thought she had lost everything. But what made her different from many other artists was her unwavering perseverance. She never let failure defeat her. She was willing to change, willing to try new things, willing to take risks to regain her glory. In the 80s, when many thought her time had passed, she returned with a completely new image. She was no longer the girl who sang cheerful pop songs, but became a strong individual woman with energetic rock songs. The albums Cher, 1987, and Heart of Stone, 1989, brought her back to the top, and once again she affirmed her position in the music industry. But it did not stop there. She also entered the film industry and quickly became a highly appreciated actress. The movie Moonstruck, 1987, brought her an Oscar for Best Actress, an achievement that not many singers could achieve. Once again, she proved that she was not only a music star, but also a talented actress, a true artist who could shine in any field. But no matter how much success she still had to face failures, periods when she felt like she was reaching a dead end. And each time, she told herself that she could not stop. No matter how difficult it was, she had to continue. Because for her, art was not just a job, but her whole life. The achievements that Cher has always strived to achieve are not just prestigious awards or chart-topping songs. For her, the most important thing is to be able to survive and develop in a harsh entertainment industry, where new faces are always appearing, where age can become an invisible barrier. Since entering the music and film industry, she has understood that if she wants to last, she cannot rely on talent or luck alone, but also needs perseverance, inner strength, and the ability to adapt to the times. When her singing career started with Sonny Bono, she quickly became famous, but at that time, many people still only saw her as a part of Sonny and Cher, not an independent artist. She wanted to change that. When her marriage with Sonny fell apart, she decided to prove that she could stand on her own. This was not only a challenge in her career, but also a battle for her personal identity. The early years of her solo career were not an easy one. Her first albums after leaving Sonny were not as successful as expected, and for a while, it seemed like she would never return to the top. But Cher was not one to give up easily. She kept working, finding new styles, experimenting with different genres, and constantly reinventing herself. Those efforts eventually paid off when she returned with a series of big hits in the 80s. The song If I Could Turn Back Time helped her regain her position on the music charts, but to get there, she had to overcome many obstacles. When she made the music video for this song, she was criticized for wearing too bold an outfit, and many TV channels refused to air it. Instead of giving in, she stuck to her choice. Ultimately, the video became one of the icons of the 80s and helped cement her image as an artist who dared to challenge all boundaries. Not only did she succeed in music, she also conquered cinema. The movie Moonstruck was one of the most important milestones in her career, helping her win the Oscar for Best Actress. This was one of the most glorious moments she ever had, but more importantly, it proved that she was not only a successful singer, but also a talented actress. Success did not stop her. As she entered the 90s and 2000s, she continued to seek new directions. The album Believe, released in 1998, completely changed her career when she pioneered the use of the auto-tune effect in music. This opened a whole new trend in pop music and helped the song Believe become one of the biggest hits of all time. But few people know that before her success with this album, she had to face skepticism from those around her. Many people thought she was too old to continue her singing career, that electronic music was not suitable for a singer past her prime. She didn't listen to anyone, still trusted her intuition, and in the end, the success of Believe proved her completely right. Cher's love and marriage story is a complicated one, full of passion but also sadness and loss. She understood from a young age that love does not always come with happiness. She met Sonny Bono when she was just 16 years old, and he quickly became her whole world. They were not just a couple on stage, but a family in real life. But the marriage was not always sweet. Sonny tended to control every aspect of their career, from finances to music, and even her personal life. Cher has said that she felt like a woman trapped in her marriage. Although she loved Sonny, she could not deny that he was a strong personality, which often made her feel suffocated. At some point, she realized that if she wanted freedom, she had to